Welcome back to Kaulignation, your one-stop shop for all things Kaulig Racing, Dingernation, SVGNation, and all things NASCAR. We have a task in front of us here in this video. In 9 minutes or less, we need to talk about Josh Williams getting fired, what the sponsor situation is with that 11 car, how there's more going on that meets the eye, Carson Hocevar in the 11 car, Spire potentially buying Kaulig's Xfinity program, Kaulig to Ram/Dodge rumors heat up. Where would that leave the one welcome situation? What happens with Christian Eckes and Daniel Dye and SVG racing Legends cars and having success in them? All that and more right now in this video, so stay tuned. Let's see if we can get it done. Our multiple choice question for this video is, are you surprised SVG is taking advantage of the Legends car series in order to improve his short track game? Keep in mind, this is not something that he's doing through Trackhouse because it's mandatory and he has to. He's taking this time on his own to go out there and make the improvements, and we're going to give our thoughts on that in a bit. Ryan and I actually touch on some of that, as well as some of this chaos going on today with Kaulig Racing, Josh Williams, Spire, Ram, Dodge, all of it that's blended up into one big blender right now. There's a video on Patreon, and it's free. It's our little nod of the hat to you, if you will. You can view it. I will link it in the description below. You'll just be able to copy and paste that link, and you'll get to see that Patreon video for free. I think it's 23 or 24 minutes long, and if you enjoy that content, maybe you will consider signing up for the paid Patreon content to support the channel on another level. Big shout out to our channel sponsors, Lynn from SVG Nation on Facebook, Alex from Dingernation. We wouldn't be here without you, and we're recording tonight for Patreon for paid content that will be released tomorrow and again later this week. So stay tuned for all that, talking all things Kaulig Racing, SVG, Trackhouse, and more. Let's dive into this. Josh Williams gets fired today, just outright dismissed immediately. And considering he was wearing Kaulig gear just a couple of nights ago, celebrating SVG's Legends car win, it makes you wonder how long this has been in the working for. The simple fact is that Josh Williams and SVG, really, they're both talent. So is AJ Allmendinger and William Byron, all your favorite NASCAR drivers. Those guys are talent. And sometimes the talent doesn't find out about big decisions until last minute. But that doesn't mean those big decisions were made last minute. Those big decisions could have been in play for a few weeks, even a few months. But needless to say, Josh Williams is out of a job in the Kaulig 11 car. It's been a less than successful stay in that car, a far cry from what Justin Haley and Daniel Hemrick were able to do in that car. They just haven't been close to repeating that success, haven't been close to contending for a playoff spot. But the interesting thing here is everyone talks about how Kaulig, penny pinches and, they go for the paid drivers. Well, guess what? They just let go of a paid driver. Josh Williams had the Call 811 sponsor, which was one of his, and Alloy Employer Services. And if you think that those sponsors are staying on the car for the rest of the season, you would be thinking wrong. It appears they are exiting at the exact same time as Josh Williams is exiting, as Call 811 was supposed to be on the car this weekend, and with Williams out of the car, they will no longer be on the car. Some thought that they as in Kaulig, would maintain those sponsors for the rest of the season, but that's not going to happen. Clearly, the sponsors were with Josh and would only be on the car if Josh was in the car. And I mean, it remains to be seen with Alloy Employer Services, but my guess it's the same deal with them. Carson Hocevar is going to drive the car this weekend, and people in their studios right now are putting together those crazy arrow diagrams, and there's 100 arrows pointing different ways, and you can't blame them with where the rumors have been the last few weeks. Carson Hocevar will be in the 11 this weekend. It will be Bench sponsoring them, or Bench, I don't know how it's pronounced, but they typically sponsor Kaulig cars. They sponsored AJ, Christian Eckes, Justin Haley, all at Chicago. They will sponsor the car this weekend at Iowa, so that's a change, not just in driver, but in sponsor. But why is Carson Hocevar being in this ride a sign of things to come? Well, he's a Spire driver, and it's Kaulig very easily could have put one of the one welcome guys in that car for this weekend. Could have been Ty Dillon. I'm sure he would have went and ran the 11. AJ, if asked, I'm sure would have done it. Kyle Busch, maybe even, sure would have done it. There are other options they have, maybe even one of the sim drivers. It would appear that they went with a Spire driver, and that's important because Spire, in the rumor market, if you will, has been rumored to be making the move to the Xfinity series. Now, there is a rumor out there that Spire could be buying Kaulig's Xfinity series equipment, and that Kaulig would make the move to the truck series with full Ram support behind them. Now, whether that would mean Kaulig would eventually be destined to Dodge or not in the Cup series is a debate that we're going to have on Patreon tonight, and a debate that we'll have on future videos on this channel. One would think one would lead to the other, but the simple fact is we denied these rumors. We didn't think there was anything tangible to them at all. But the problem is you have to admit when you could be wrong, and we could have been wrong in this regard, because the Josh Williams thing, we heard whispers about within the last 48 hours. This wasn't like a drop the hammer and it's out there. I had mentioned in our staff chat, hey, this is a thread that's going on right now that I was pointed to, and it pertained to Josh Williams' future with the team, as well as Kaulig going to Ram. And one shoe has dropped. Josh Williams is no longer with the team, and this comes from the same source that has the Kaulig to Ram rumors, as well as the Spire possibly buying the Kaulig Xfinity equipment. Now, where does that leave Christian Eckes and Daniel Dye? Who the hell knows, because they're under contract for another year. Is it as simple as they would move over to a Spire team? Not necessarily, and we're going to talk about in a future video what might happen with Christian Eckes and Daniel Dye if the Kaulig to Ram rumors are true. We're going to be doing content on this for like a week. Let's not also forget that Dodge, Ram and Dodge specifically, their first target is Trackhouse. They absolutely want to bring in SVG, Connor Zilisch, Ross Chastain into the fold. Well, Ross Chastain and SVG are former Kaulig Racing drivers, and then on top of that, you have you have Connor Zilisch, who at least negotiated with Kaulig last year before signing with Trackhouse. So where does this leave everybody? We're not entirely sure, but and where does it leave One Welcome? Is this the end of the One Welcome thing? Tensions have been kind of high there. There's still no contract extension with Ty Dillon. There's a lot going on right now. I know Kaulig fans are calling for some consistency, but there's just a ton going on, a ton to dissect. Do you believe that Spire could be buying the Kaulig Xfinity fleet? Do you think they're only going to buy a portion of it and Kaulig will just downsize to 2 cars? Is there something to these rumors that Kaulig could be going to Ram and eventually Dodge in the Cup Series? Are they parting ways with RCR? Could RCR also be making the move to Dodge? I don't know. I feel like RCR to Dodge is highly unlikely. What about this do you believe? Comment down below and share your thoughts there. By the way, I think Josh Williams is an outstanding person, does a lot for charity, does a lot for children's hospitals. That has a place near and dear to my heart with some of what my own children have been through. And while I may not have liked his on-track success, or lack thereof with Kaulig, I wish Josh nothing but the best in his future endeavors, which is more than what Kaulig wished him in their announcement about this. And Josh's parting shot was, we will be back soon and looking forward to a much brighter chapter in my racing career. I'd call that a shot at Kaulig. Was exiting. Now, SVG, sorry, I know we've sprinkled in some stuff here with SVG in this video, but I want to close with this. That dude is in the Legends Car Series right now, and he is kicking ass. He had a runner-up finish not long ago, I think last week. He goes and wins Charlotte. Let me tell you, as a guy who has run that exact course in that exact car on iRacing, that's not easy. It's arguably the hardest Legends Car circuit that there is, and SVG went out there and won that thing. He's putting on the work to get better on ovals, which I greatly appreciate. You get what you put into things, and he's definitely putting his heart into getting better on ovals, and I'm telling you, better things are coming for SVG. Give him time. He's doing all the right things he needs to do. Comment down below what you thought of the various topics in this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications to all. Check out our bonus content over on Patreon, patreon.com/Kaulignation. Link is down in the description, and we will see each and every one of you in the next video.